good evening, and welcome to Tally the Votes Big Brother 28 weekly coverage. I am Jamie, and here along my side, I've got three people, not just one, not two, but a three-side alliance. And I would never nominate any three of these icons. Hey, gang, how you doing? How's it going? It was a good night, right? Like it was fun, fun TV.
It was a good week again. I don't know how they're doing it week after week.
They're keeping it entertaining. I will give them that much. So this week we have got Yasha's HOH. He nominated half of the icons, but they're not going to sit there for long as Devins has the diamond power of veto, and it comes into play. Angela celebrates her birthday, and Lala is about to go cray-cray, leaving with all these dum-dums. So let's begin. Yash winning HOH. Yay, Yash. He's got a hankering to be the one who knocks out the first icon. He's got D, Haley, and Angela with Dev as a possible replacement, and thanks to Kamu targeting D. Okay. All right. First and foremost, can we talk about that HOH competition and how it's very clear that some people don't understand how easy it is to manipulate that competition into your alliance's favor.
Yeah. The shitty thing is Drew told them how to play that competition. Like, if it's a knockout, you don't pick your allies.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And Dee did because she believed in the wolf pack.
Yeah. What is that? What was that like little fake out, not fake out thing her and Devins were doing? That was weird. I'm still not convinced that they were really trying to fake each other out. Or I don't know. I don't know what I believe. It was weird. It was uncomfortable.
I don't know. I wish they would have said something like what they were trying to do. They're surely still weren't trying to put up some sort of thing of where they're not really working together. They weren't trying to that facade, were they?
I think that was to make them seem less close. Devins thought if they put each other up, then people would say, well, maybe they're not working as closely as we thought.
Right. And he was starting to hang out with the boys. He was starting to bro out.
See, no, he said he talked to her about it. It wasn't a surprise to her, supposedly.
Right, but still dumb.
If you're listening to this and you want to go on Big Brother, here's a simple thing to remember. You can forget everything else, but when you have a chance to win something, don't throw it ever. Because when you have something to offer. When you don't, you have nothing to offer.
I think that's true in every reality show.
It is true, but like in something like Survivor and you win, when it's like an individual immunity, your power is that you're safe, so you can speak freely. I mean, that's like the biggest opportunity you have in that moment, other than being safe, is being able to speak freely. But in Big Brother, you're not winning immunity or just an immunity. You're having to make the decision on behalf of everybody else, or at least the first half of the decision. So then everybody has to come to you and decide if they can speak freely or not. And that's like the power shift in it. So you don't want to give it up. In Survivor, you might throw it. You might not show all your cards. You might feel safe and I don't need to have immunity. But in Big Brother, that's where all of the power of the game is. There's a couple times maybe you don't want to win. Like you don't want to be first HOH, or I suppose there's a few times, but realistically, more power is more power. Period. So
yeah, I don't know. I feel like HOH though, because you have to put up people, and it's such a statement that you, like you said, you want to get their opinion of who they want to put up. I don't know. I feel like the HOH it's better to be like more cooperative and try to get house consensus of who they want to go home, and you just let them know, hey, I'm just the person who gets to live swanky this week, right? I get to be in my own bed. I get to have my own bathroom. Nobody has to blow a horn and announce it.
Come on up and
I
have
mean,
some of my beef
is that a-
jerky.
Yeah, you just get
some
to have
snacks.
like a special week of just like, being pampered a little bit, and then just tell them, but like really, it's for we're gonna make the decision.
Well, and the real power of HOH for the people who are good at the game is not imposing your will on the house, but rather having everyone come up one by one and having them tell you stuff because they're willing to share information with you. So if you sit back and you don't tip your hand right away on who you're going to put up, people will come up and tell you all sorts of stuff.
Which is
And
exactly
that's the real power of it.
Which
But
is exactly what
the
kind
dumbest
of
thing you can do as an HOH is just declare who you're going to put up right away
without talking to anybody, right? But see, this is what Yash did, right? Like he had everybody come in, he was taking in all the information, but unfortunate for him, he didn't realize that there was this other power that could come into play to hurt him. But he was taking everybody's information, and then he was like leaving out things and changing things in that information.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to say whether that was a good or bad thing. I mean, I strongly believe that sometimes you have to lie in these games. It's just how it is. So I'm not faulting him for that, but he got himself in a little bit of a triangle before that veto was even played. I mean, realistically, because it was his own alliance member he put on the block. I mean, sure, they all have like 15 alliances.
Well, but... and that's where he made the mistake. If you're gonna take a shot at the icons, you put all three up. If one wins the blockbuster, has a power, they come down. It still gives you two left to go after.
Except his whole thing this week was he didn't want to put up any men. He didn't want any men going home.
He did want a girl to go home.
So therefore, you can't put up Devon's, even if you want to put up all three icons. In his mind, he'd already made some weird rule about who was going home this week. You see?
Yeah.
And so, so he'd screwed his plan. You're right. That's what he should have done. You put up all three, even if one.
Yeah, if you're going to take the shot, take the shot. Is my
right.
He did not.
Well, I'm going to use that to fire off my first bold take. And that is that all the people online bitching about the icons had the advantage to steamroll. You know what? Maybe they did. Tonight was or Yasha's HOH was the chance to flush that power and still take out an icon. And he had a power that he sat on and didn't use. And that's what resulted in Camus going home. And Camus may still have ended up on the block as a result of the Diamond Power veto, but you'd have had three icons on the block and maybe been able to put up a pawn to beat them. And, there was a chance to set this up that two icons were on that block against somebody else. And if it's Haley, who knows?
He could have pulled Haley down with his veto and put Devon's up.
Right.
And then Devon's would have pulled himself off.
He had
they
the
could
power.
have still taken a shot at D.
Yeah, he had the power twice to be able
horrible
to
gameplay.
Yeah, to create some sort of momentum for himself and his side. But I got to tell you, I don't care, because it was all worth it watching him sit there and go, oh my God, maybe I should have taken the $5,000. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe
it started with the whole, he had won the battle back, right? Then he won HOH, and then so when he wins Power Veto, he has that big moment where he's like freaking out, like 3 in a row, baby, right? And that he thought he was so cool, I'm just gonna leave the nominations as they are. He was like, I don't know, maybe he was like just like maybe showboating a little bit too much.
Bro,
so
low key, bro.
Right?
Yo, bro.
Yeah, because
so when Devon does that and then puts Camus up and then Camus goes home, this is like, again, he yashed himself. You know what I mean? I think is what he did.
If he wouldn't have had Haley on the block at all,
karma.
Devon's could have put up Camus all the live long day, and an icon probably would have gone home.
Yeah,
if there were two up there.
And not to be superstitious, but this season, every time there's been a renomination, that person's went home.
Yep.
The one time it didn't happen, there was no renom.
Yep.
Mhm.
So because it's kind of like, oh, someone put somebody up, and everyone's like, oh, that's who they want to go home. But then little by little, people go, well, wait a minute, maybe that's not a bad option. Maybe that's what we should do. And once again, Camus falls victim of this whole
I
thing.
blame it on the haircut. I mean, listen, Miss Danielle has maybe irritated me a bit in Traders, but I can tell you she does understand that man's haircut cannot make him a serious human, no matter how hard he tries.
And then
So
when
it's
it had
just
like
bad.
OTEV boogers all over it and stuff, and it's like all like it was real weird.
Oh my
It was almost
God.
like it was gelled
Oh
up
my
in the
God.
back.
Let's talk about OTEV. We've made it. We made it as far as OTEV. Okay, I need to know, like on a scale of 1 to 5, like where are we on this year's OTEV character and set?
On the scale of 1 to Grimace, this was completely Grimace.
So grimacy.
It was one of those things again. My husband, casual watcher, walks in the room and goes, "Why is Grimace in this game?" And then I
listen,
couldn't
there's so
unsee
much
it.
to tell you.
And then it's like, why does Grimace have boogers? Why does Grimace have, hun, I don't know. But it was I liked them having to go get the pictures because usually it's like the name, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it usually the
Yeah.
name? Which is almost like, did they worry people wouldn't know how to spell each other's names? They wouldn't be able to read them? That they had to be actual pictures?
These are like, like supposed to be what? Like their headshots, right?
Yeah,
Like,
headshots.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Being you are accurate, Barrett did say as a joke to I think Mallory and Melody that Camus did go home on his own HOH, and they didn't get it at first.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
Camus did really strong hand in on this this HOH, which I mean, again, I'm not here to talk crap on that. Like that happens. It's your alliance member, and there's usually one person in each alliance that really is kind of the ringleader and kind of calls the shot on behalf of everybody else with the HOH. But
it's
Yash,
just so
come on,
interesting.
buddy.
It was so interesting how much Camus was trying to get in with D last week, right?
Yeah.
Because he knew he needed to make new friends, right? And then the second he says, "Oh wait, this other friend got HOH." Now, like if D had won HOH, let's say, like would he been, you know what I mean? He was gonna saddle up to anybody who had HOH, and then try to tell them what they should do. Probably.
Not that I'm really encouraging the live feeds to show me a long conversation between Thog and Yash, but if they do, I very much hope that it's Haley being like, Camus just came in and totally tried to like strong arm my entire HOH. And then Yash is like, yeah, that's exactly what happened to me, bro. Like, you want to know why? Because you guys aren't as smart as he was. So.
But even as smart as he was, he didn't figure out how to advise Yash well enough that he ended up sending his own self home.
Well, he couldn't have known that. He couldn't have known that the diamond power of veto was sitting out there.
The entire house knew that Devins had a power.
It wasn't a
power, but if his power would have been a $5,000 bribe power, it would have been irrelevant.
Okay, you're right, but he knew that's not what it was. He knew it wasn't that.
Well, of course, because someone else had that. But you get my point. Is it could have been any number of weaker powers.
I might weigh in and say that if Camus made a mistake other than not winning the battle back, if he made a mistake in any of this, it was underestimating Dee's ability to game a game. and that's it. That's it. He underestimated her and her alliance. So
when Devin says, "I'm going to talk to Dee about this, and I think she's going to like this plan," it's really, really cute.
Although one has to wonder, he could have kept that power for another couple weeks.
Wasn't it just one? Was it one more week?
No, it's like 3. It was
no, not 3.
It was 6 weeks from it was, and he gets it till 6 weeks after he got it.
Oh, I thought it was only to week 6. Yeah, I thought it was
no, week 6. That's not right.
No, he had 2 more chances to use it after this week.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got to start thinking it's too risky for him to have the 2 of them up, right? Because one of them was probably going home. because they can't both win.
He was aligned with almost everyone else in the house, though, at that point.
But in the end, who can he really trust?
Right. This was absolutely the right play. Mallory and Melody are gunning for the icons. That they'll want to
which
flip.
Is fine.
He needs everybody.
And now he's still, and now he's
all
defenseless.
hands on deck. Oh, I don't think so. Barrett and Drew. The battle for the house will be over Barrett and Drew.
Yes.
Which way they
go? At the end of the day, here's my prediction: Drew will go wherever Melody tells him to go.
That's not true.
He's never
not after the last 24 hours. Before the last 24 hours, I would have agreed with you 100%. But I think that what I thought that would be true, I feel like we're really starting to see this rip come apart right now, because I think that Mallory and Melody both are blaming everything on Drew and Barrett. Not even the icons, just Drew and Barrett.
So dumb. It's so dumb, because if they think that if
Drew and Barrett have absolutely been playing them, though, and they figured it out.
I think they're just playing everybody fairly equally.
They acted like Drew they weren't working with them until
Drew more than Barrett. I think who Barrett is aligned with really is whoever D is aligned with. I really do. But
Barrett's like the most invisible person in the game, I think.
Yeah, Drew's definitely got his finger in every pot there. But I would like to just throw out a possibility. I guess it's something we might not know until after the show is done and we get like the full Rick Devens interview. But I feel like, being that he has played Survivor with Dee and knows her game, there had to have been something in him that said too that, like, if she is sitting on this block and I don't make a move to save her knowing what I have, and let's say she doesn't go home because she wins battle back, like, there's a possibility I'm in danger. Because that's like a real middle finger to your bestie in the game, that you had a power to save them and you didn't use it when you should have.
I think there's that, but I also think it's Devens is protecting his brand, and his brand is to play a loyal game.
You're right.
Protect his number one. And, he had a conversation with Drew at one point where he said, like, that he wouldn't vote for Mallory and Melody if they flipped and kept playing the middle. He's like, they haven't won challenges. If they want to start flipping after having done nothing in this game and I go to the jury house, they won't get my vote. Like, you come to these games to play. He's like, there's a reason you get asked back. And that's if you go to play a game, you play the game. Now, part of that is the survivor in him. And he knows he got asked back to do 50 because of what he did in 38.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some truth in that if, there's a reason Rachel said floaters grab a life vest, is if you're there to play and you're just telling everybody what they want to hear, then everybody gets pissed off at you. And that's where Mallory and Melody are right now. And I think Lala tonight, like here with you guys, as soon as we get off, I wouldn't be surprised if there's been a fight. Angela's crying, Lala's crying. It's an unholy
There's gonna
mess.
be a lot of big feelings coming up to surface again, and which is great, because like every 3 days this happens, and that makes it really, really fun and interesting. And
every 3 days there has to be like some sort of pressure release,
It's no wonder these people go to bed a lot earlier than last year's cast. They're emotionally spent every day.
Wearing them out. So we think overall that Devin's plan was the right plan, but it's definitely got him exposed now up in the front of the icons.
I wish he hadn't had to do it, but given what was going on, I think it was his best play.
Yeah.
Because you have to get Camus out and again, everybody in the house, they needed to work together to get Camus out. I think that if you have one side versus the other now with Camus gone, maybe it starts to get a little more even as far as, evenly matched. But Camus was winning a lot of stuff too. He's really good.
Yeah, his social game was really good. He came back from falling in one puddle, and he rebounded so well. His whole thing with Devin's like, I'm not mad at you. That's a great move. That's great TV. Yeah. Like, really knowing how to control his emotions when he gets into the ring has had to have been very helpful in and like remaining calm with all this. But I have a question, David. Who do you think, now that Kamu is clearly who was the biggest threat in the house, who do you think they believe is the next biggest threat? Is it Devins?
It's got to be. It's got to be, because Haley, you know, the more I think about Haley, if I'm in the house and I think she's going to vote with me, she's no threat to anything because she can't win. Even if she gets to the final two, no one's voting for her to win. So
yeah, her social game is pretty blah.
An excellent person to move on to the end. And so I don't see any reason, even though she's a challenge threat for sure, there's no reason to throw her out. But D could be the biggest threat.
I think it depends on who you're asking, right? If you're asking the icons, they're probably going to say Yash, maybe. You know, he could win some things. If it's anyone but the icons, maybe they are saying D.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
if the girls were smart, they would vote out all the other guys except Yash, and then they'd be like, "Team up with us." Now you can't save any more men. Now you're trustworthy to work with.
No,
well,
girls don't do that.
You know who isn't, as far as the viewers, those who watch live feeds, might say one of the biggest threats in the house, who's being gravely ignored by the CBS edit, is Taylor. Taylor had much more to do with this week than really Yash or Kamu did. There was so much more going on in Taylor's game, and you know, it just didn't fit the plot line for where they thought this eviction was going to go. But
okay, well,
I'm hoping we get more into it. But I'm pretty sure that Brian can give you like the timeline on Taylor. But she has been in everybody's ear, and she was working hard with trying to get Mallory and Melody. She's been busy.
But people are clocking that too, though.
Taylor is Yash's favorite player that's not named Kamu or has a penis.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
And Taylor has kept good relationships with Mallory and Melody. And so that's why that them being pulled in is a possibility. She has Lala, but they've been, you know, Lala's about to just blow up because everybody's completely disregarding her. And Taylor and Yash were pretty rough on her one night.
They really were.
Like really rough. Now,
they had some like pretty. You know how it is. You get somebody in your alliance, and maybe they get a little bit heated, or they get a little worked up or upset about something, and you go, okay, hey, no, like I'm totally with you on all of that, but we got to be careful because this person thinks it's this, and I want you to be careful. I don't want you to be in danger, and it's important how you talk to that person because they're your alliance member and probably your friend. And Taylor and Yash they gave her good information, but they really did not talk to her like she was their friend. They talked to her like she was a child, and it was a little icky. It was a little icky. Like, just cook and don't talk game with anybody was their advice.
It was very icky. But I will say this: Yash did himself no favors interjecting himself in that. He should have left that between Taylor and Lala, because whatever their relationship is, they can decide that. But him telling her how to act, I thought was bad. And you know, there are
both of them how to act, or telling
Lala.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I will say, there's some stuff that's opened my eyes about, you know, Lala gets mad and everybody's like, oh my God, Lala got mad and was crazy. Angela gets mad and they're like, oh, Angela. Mm-hmm. And, you know, there's something to that, you know, Angela is non-threatening, but Lala seems threatening. You know, it's a story as old as time in the Big Brother house. We don't walk in and leave our unconscious bias behind us. And I think Lala's really feeling the pressure of that when she wants to scream, she can't scream because she would be called crazy and overreacting. Whereas Angela can act like a complete banshee and everybody just goes, oh, that's just Angela.
But don't you think part of that could be a factor of that could be that she has played before? Everybody already knew who she was, and she's known to be this kind of character. And so therefore you're like, you already knew what to expect. Like anything she does is not going to surprise you because you already knew her But since
You were able to
since
prepare for that, prepare
yeah,
yourself
but
mentally.
like Lala, she's new, they don't know her. So when things are happening for her, it's like, whoa, they don't know. Is she really mad? Is she going to get over this? Is she not? Is she, so
And
maybe
Angela is the
that's
kind of
part of it
person
also, I
that
hope.
I think Angela, like, okay, you've got two modes with Angela when there's conflict, right? There's the F you Haley version of Angela, but more often there's the crying version where it's like, please console me because I didn't mean to do something bad and I need you to console me now. There's that. So she becomes weaker in the argument,
I'm
right?
so
She
sorry
becomes,
that I hurt
she's the
your
passive in the
feelings.
argument.
Right?
Whereas someone like Lala, she goes, I'm going to need a minute. Like, I'm not going to talk about this right now. I need a minute for me. I need to calm down and then we'll talk about it. And when you are dealing with young people, when you've seen Lala do this with people who are close to her age, they're like, oh okay, I got it. Absolutely. Yeah. But the younger people,
thank you for being respectful about it. Yeah. Okay.
The younger people are like, oh my God.
How rude.
Yeah,
well, she's playing a hugely emotional game.
Lala
is playing no sort of strategic game. I mean, there's no reason on God's green earth Haley should have been anyone's target this week because again, she can't win. She's a perfect floater. So the only reason to get her out is because you don't like her.
But that's not why she did it. That's not why she did it.
She voted for
Haley because she wanted to keep Camus, and she thought that's what the plan was, and nobody told her.
But she was after Haley earlier in the week too.
Well, she just doesn't like her.
When she was that's what I'm saying.
She was, but the voting
it's fine,
Haley
but it's not good gameplay.
Yes, you're right. But I think that Julie Chen saying Lala and Haley have had an interesting week, blah, 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 and see if she can get her. You know what I mean? Like she kind of amped the emotional part of it. Realistically, Lala is closer to Camus, always has been. That she's way closer to them. They talk all the time. They were, you know what I mean? So I think she felt safer.
Right, but she was pushing for Haley when it was Dee and Angela too.
Now, but she occasionally, because she doesn't like Haley, she has said it, but she's also the first person that's like, y'all, we've got icons in here. They've been here. Right. Let's get rid of them.
She says that, but she does nothing to try to remove them.
But David,
I don't think that she has the power to be able to do that because they all ignore her. Like they just go, she's crazy.
What day are they on now?
Brian, 45 today.
So, David, you're the same age as Lala, as you pronounced several weeks ago. You tell me, after 45 days stuck in this house with this kind of BS, if you wouldn't just be like, I really don't like this person, and you know what? I need to get this person gone because they are just wrecking my vibe, and then we can go back to strategic play. Maybe
I wouldn't
you
do
think
that
you would not
because no, you can't play. You have to play. You can't play based on who you like and who you don't like.
Because
you have to play based on who can win and who can't win.
But
wasting a vote on a player that cannot win.
Yes, David. But when everybody you talk to says Camus is safe, then where are you? Like everyone that works with you, that you think works with you, is saying Camus is safe.
And in her defense, she sat there and watched Josh not use the veto on Haley. And earlier in the week, in the discussions in the HOH, Camus and Yash were both like, like if Haley has to go, so what? Like she knows that. Like nobody in that house was gonna die on a hill for Haley. She just went with what she thought their alliance was doing.
Right, but you're making a point. But here's the thing: now she knows that all of them lied to her, and she won't change her game one little vote.
Yes,
she's probably yelling at them right now.
She probably is, but what is she?
Well, I say that tongue in cheek because we know that she is.
But what's she supposed to do? She doesn't. I'm gonna guess Lala doesn't quite know who the heck to trust.
Well, no, she's got no one to trust now.
Everybody's lying to her. It's like
that's why she was crying in the gym. That's why she was crying in the gym.
At that point, you either walk out of the game or you have to change what you're doing. If nobody trusts you to tell you what's going on, the problem isn't them; it's you.
No, I have a question. Brian.
Right now.
Brian, you peeked in a little bit of what there was on feeds, what they have come back with. I'm just wondering, from what they have shown with Lala, who's with her?
Taylor.
Okay, I
And
knew
Taylor
it was
went
going to be
went to
Taylor or
her.
Barrett, because Taylor and Barrett are the best at checking in with people when they're having feelings.
Taylor went to her to tell her why she flipped her vote, and she claims, we don't know if this is true. I suspect we'll find out. She claims that after the blockbuster, that's when Mallory told her we don't have the votes to keep Camus. So she flipped and she didn't have time to tell Lala. And so she's trying to make sure Lala's not mad at her too. Lala is mad and said, quote, I hope these mother effers better hope that I don't win HOH or they're all going up. Like,
well,
she
you can't
is,
put them all up.
Here's
Well,
what
she's talking about the girls. She's talking
Here's
about
what she
Mallory,
said,
and
Mallory.
Devins.
Okay.
Here's what she said 24 minutes ago, according to Joker's update. Why didn't Melody and Malady say anything all this time? Dumbasses. They're stupid as fuck. Taylor, they are so dumb.
Hey, I censored myself.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm just reading what's here. I didn't, you know.
Sure.
Okay,
sure,
Camu,
sure.
the rules don't apply to you.
It's like
Oh,
You said Cabo. I was
who
going to
says
call
it.
David Angela.
9-year-old hears
Actually,
a
he'd
curse
be
word and says,
Melody.
Hey, Mom.
Melody
Guess what I heard?
cussed live, so he'd be more like Melody if we're thinking about it.
She cussed at the veto or at the
Her speech.
yeah.
In her speech. Okay. All right. So we mentioned Angela a bunch of times, you guys. We have to talk about the battle back. We're going to do that in just a minute because we do have to take a quick break for commercials. But then when we come back, we're going to talk about the unthinkable and Angela's win. All right. Give us a couple seconds. We'll be right back. Okay. We're back.
Another
Battle
quote.
back.
Another before we do that. Mallory and Melody are stupid. They're just as stupid as Barrett and that damn Drew. Yeah, she's making lots of friends. There's 8-9 people left in the house, and she just named 4 of them morons.
Because listen,
She's
a grown ass woman. She doesn't have time for this BS. She's out there winning like champions and having knee surgeries and hanging on to walls.
No, what was the name of the lady who was on with Suri and all she did was hang out with Suri in her bathrobe and sit on the couch?
Felicia, wasn't it? She met Felicia.
Felicia, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They called her what? Mama F or something, right?
Yes.
No, it couldn't have been Mama F.
Mama Fee.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. We've got the battle back, guys. And it is the air ball machine thing. Like Tucker did that last year, right? Or not last year, but his season.
Right.
And then had the stupidest hair when he did it, by the way. He's such a cute guy, and that was the dumbest look ever. But anyway, Angela, first of all, looking majestic in that machine when the air like was blowing in her hair. She was just like very calmly, like, I'm gonna get this.
You know why? Because her life is literally feels like that chaos all the time, and somehow she just navigates her chaos. So to be in an actual chaos machine, she's
gotta
like,
grab it.
Yes.
She's got it. Well,
she did what everyone who's won that is you get down and you pick them off the floor, or you don't grab them out of the air.
She literally explained this game. She explained it to Thog in great detail and how to win it. And like,
how long ago?
Not that long ago.
Oh.
And like, then when they were like later on, Haley was talking to like other people, including Camu, about these games and how you win them. And she was just really, really brief. She did not go into the detail that Angela instructed her on, which proves she wasn't listening, because if anybody out of those 3, it should have been her that had the best like hand-eye coordination to grab those things. You would think. But it doesn't matter because
it's pretty great.
It was very nerve-wracking.
Did you think though when Angela went and tried and because she didn't have to take those 2 balls out that she put in that were extra? She could have just hit the button and she would have won. And wouldn't that have been something as she's trying to take out the 1 ball she put in too many if somebody else would have buzzed in? And
but
she
they didn't.
lost.
So she's got
but I'm saying
flex.
It would have been terrible.
It was stressful.
It was a little bit.
But in her defense, I think all of them put like 11 red balls in. Like
Had
all
too
of them
many.
were. I
Kamu
think
definitely did.
Haley may.
Yeah, but
have
I don't
two
think
good-
she can take it out. Is my point.
Right. You just have to hit the button once you're over the
Right.
line. You have to have
Well,
at least 10. But
Julie was announcing when they had hit 10 of this color.
They could. I
that-
don't think they could hear her.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
but I feel like if Julie's announcing it, yeah, it would have been. Yeah, you're right. They couldn't hear. Well, that's
Because there's nobody
Get some-
reacted
get
as
them
they
some
said.
headphones or something so they can listen.
Yeah, give them some. Give them
or
some
or maybe
ears.
they can just look at the big black line and count to 10. Maybe they can do that.
But they don't know how other people are going. Like as you're doing it and you hear one of your competitors has hit, they got all this one, you have to like pick up the pace or you can kind of gauge where you're at.
Well,
Well-
I want to use this opportunity to do my second
All right.
point.
Okay.
And that is so now over 10% of all competitions that have occurred have been won by people over 50 years old. So maybe CBS should get off its ass
Good
and
job.
start casting some older people
Wait.
and bring more diversity
Athletically
to this stuff.
Wait a
inclined
second.
older people.
Yes.
Wait a second. I think it'd be really fun if they did like a
All
golden.
50-year-olds and one 22-year-old.
I endorse this rant, Brian.
It would be really funny, actually.
I've only been saying it for
Um,
years.
But they'd have to it'd have to be people of a certain age and they would have to be fun.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody wants
Could
to
you
see the
imagine a
person
whole
fall-
house full of 50-year-olds?
of
I think the
Angela's?
drama would be
They'd
worse
be
than
going
it is
to
with
Oh, it
bed
would.
by
this.
8:00.
A bunch of
Maybe.
people said, "I'm not being in
The-
no alliance with that son bitch."
The house
drank
would probably
last
clean.
of
Do
the
you talk with a
creamer.
southern accent when you turn 50? Is that what happens?
You
Oh,
you do
if
if
they
they
had, they got a
cast.
bunch. They'd have to get
They-
somebody.
They have to cast an archetype. I mean, it's a
Instead of the
rule.
Golden Bachelor, we got the Golden Big Brother. See,
I like it.
we can do
I
it.
like it. Well,
Interesting.
I don't know. It was an exciting battle back. It was very nerve wracking. It
The,
made my
the
stomach.
socials are going to go
upset.
crazy over it.
It was
because there's-
Angela's birthday week, guys. She managed to do this during her birthday week.
And I want to ask you all this. There are two things that happened this week that I think are like super wild, and that is that in the middle of OTEV, the last time OTEV said "open up" and then splashed them, which was really wild. But the other thing is like when Angela won and just kept yelling, "Oh my God, oh my God," and you couldn't see her. I was like, if somebody was in another part of the house, they might not think you were watching Big Brother. That's all I'm going to say.
Chuck, she misses ya. Right? Is your husband's
Oh
name
my
Chuck? Okay.
gosh.
So I started to say on the socials, there's this whole thing going now that production is rigging the game for the icons
Yes.
to
Yes.
have a chance
Yes.
from giving them the first HOH, which they did,
That
Yeah.
is
To-
yes. The HOH, the
to
first one, yeah.
to the time capsule sort of working too well with who's won and who's lost. It's almost perfect for what CBS would want to happen. So
Okay.
It's what
I'm not
America
saying I
wanted,
subscribe to this even a little. I'm just telling you that this is a big trend on Twitter
Except D got a
Blue
really
Sky.
shitty power that's proven to be a really shitty power.
Yeah,
But it
hasn't
wasn't
been
Devin,
done for that much.
Devin's got a really good power, and the thing to debunk this is if you watched him talk about it, he didn't choose randomly. He was like, I focused on power 4 and watched the pattern, and I knew when it was going to hit power 4 and whatever that is I was going to get, and so he timed it and got power 4, and that was the diamond power veto. Like, so it wasn't as random as people think. But again, as we said earlier,
Well, power
if
4
it was-
could have been anything. It could
Right.
have been.
It didn't
in other words,
matter. He
in
just
other words,
picks-
Oh,
they
yeah,
could be
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
back going, if he gets a power, it's
No,
the
you're
power of
right.
veto.
We didn't get to see
It's
what
the
it
diamond
was
power of
ahead
veto,
of
right?
time. So
I think I think they said what they
Did it
were
show
ahead of
it?
time.
okay,
I think they listed them.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
because
don't remember.
but
Because that would debunk the whole thing if that was out.
but
yeah, I
that
don't think it was.
that aside, Yosh had a chance to flush it out and make it meaningless, and he did.
He
So,
biffed
like,
it. He biffed
you
it
know,
bad.
He
No,
biffed
he
it.
did. He did.
He biffed
Yeah.
it.
question.
So,
And-
I don't buy that.
And
But
I can say that, yeah, that definitely the first HOH gave them a huge head start.
Sure.
I don't think anybody can deny that. Are they handing a little bit of help over to them? I don't think really, but also I wouldn't say no to that, because they're plants, they're CBS plants at this point. You're here and your job is to make this entertaining so we get viewers. We need Survivor viewers watching Big Brother. Period. That's what it was about.
It's honestly, it's stupid that CBS hasn't been doing this prior to this.
Agreed.
They did the show, they did the Surrey, and then they went, okay. Wait a minute.
But even Julie still doesn't like it. She made
it
a
doesn't
comment at
matter,
the end
Julie.
of the episode.
You need those big bucks. No?
Jeff doesn't like it either, guys.
And how about
guys?
Dee calling out to Jeff Probst? Now that was just gag me. God, really?
Hey man, people know where their bread's buttered.
She wants to play
Absolutely.
again, I guess.
Whatever.
Shameless sucking up though was.
But she's making a living off of it.
Listen, Devins and Dee need to go on the Amazing Race together.
And let's. Well, I was going to say, let's be honest. Between all this hand wringing, I never watched Amazing Race until last season when it was all Big Brother people.
Yep.
And you know what? So it would be hypocritical to sit here and be like, "Don't bring people in my Big Brother."
I think it's good TV.
Yeah.
Okay. This is why my husband, we had a big debate about it. Okay. He says that this is what's wrong with these reality shows and why they're stupid when they keep asking people to come back and then they're going to the other show and they're doing this. And I said, yes, but think about it. Now, as some of you, probably Jamie, these are our sports. Okay.
Yes.
We watch them and we watch their
Not all
gameplay.
of us, but
no, but
some of us watch the sports ball, Chris.
But even if it's not your sport, you watch it like sports, right?
Yes.
Sure. You're analyzing, like, how did they go wrong? What are they gonna do? What's their best play? So when you already are familiar with the player and then they go play for another team, that's what we're doing. We're watching, and these reality
just
shows,
following our player.
That is why I want to see them play traders. I want to see them do Amazing Race because I want to see how they will adapt their game for that if they were a good and interesting player.
If you liked seeing Rob Sesternino or Boston Rob on Traders, don't bitch about Dee and Devins on Big Brother.
There you go.
This is, we've gone it. Let's be honest, we've come to the era where people really follow players and not teams as much. And so the power lies in the player. Devins from Survivor has a fan base he can bring into Big Brother. Dee from Survivor has a fan base she can bring into Big Brother.
And oh my gosh, we've seen players go and play in Australia Survivor. We've seen them go on Deal or No Deal Island. We've seen all of these crossovers, and you really start to see where these people's true talents lie, whether that's more physical or social or strategic. And I think it's great, honestly.
I don't blame the shows for casting them. What I don't understand is they come in and they're outnumbered. How many players do we start with? 16?
17 before
17.
Rachel got pushed in the volcano.
Okay, so discounting the Velociraptor tragedy. So we start with 16 players. The icons are outnumbered 13-3.
Right.
Go get them.
Yes.
Why would you ever let them get established in the game? It's like every time Boston Rob plays, I'm like, can't you see him coming? He's going to win.
And even if America gave them time capsule chances, other people in the house.
Well, that's part of the conspiracy theory too, is they know darn well who was going to get picked. Who's going to get picked, a 2-time Big Brother player or a brand newbie?
Correct.
Right.
But clearly Angela did not get a power, right? And then you put 3 people against 13, like you said, doesn't matter if they win America's time capsule or America, whatever, they're still outnumbered significantly, power or none. You know what I mean? They could have blew through those powers the first 3 weeks.
I mean, you hear this on Survivor too, where, the player that's delivering the viewers suddenly finds an idol. And they say, well, production's going, it's over there.
Yes.
Wait, there's a guy with a camera that's just like right there, focused right on that rock. And it's like, why are they got the camera so there? Well, let's go see.
Let's see what they're doing.
Well, I get it. And to the Big Brother fans that want to protect the purity of your game, whatever, I don't have a problem with you feeling that way. But let's be intellectually honest that these guys were outnumbered. There were chances, and people liked them and liked being close to them and liked some of them. And like David said, waited too long to take a shot. And when they did take a shot, they didn't fully take the shot by not taking Haley off the block this week.
Oh, you don't shoot and miss. What?
Like, Devin's hopefully taught them something, and that is if you're gonna step out on the limb, step all the way out and make the play. And he did and pulled the inside straight. And
it's the old wisdom. It's the old wisdom of the wire. If you come after the king, you best not
miss.
Yes. And to quote Taryn says, if you're gonna do it, you gotta commit to the bit.
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, Devins is a player who I think because he's played a couple different times, he's like, you know what? Maybe he doesn't have the fear of, oh my God, is this going to screw up my game? He just goes, I have this thing. Is this the right time? We saw him talking it out. And he will risk it.
I think he talks himself into it being the right time more often than not, because I think he's bored, and I just think he thrives on the chaos.
I think there's a
you saw it on Survivor.
That.
You see it on this show.
Yeah.
He just
not afraid to do it.
Right.
No, but you know what? If he would have gone home this week, he couldn't have. But if his ally would have gone home as a result of him trying to, he'd been fine with that. He'd been like,
you know what?
I dropped a shot.
You tried.
Devins is the kid, like, you get like a gang of friends like up on a train bridge, like looking down at the river below and like wondering if they could jump, if they should do it. And Devins is the kid that's like, screw it, I'll do it. And jumps first.
Somebody goes, hey, how far down do you think that is? Devins just jumps on and goes, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think why he's so likable is that he not only embraces it, but he's okay with whatever the outcome is. And he's done a really good job this season of repeatedly saying, like, hey, look, this isn't personal. This is a game. Like, I play games and I play big, and yeah, you're gonna take it personal because it's for $750,000. But like he knows what his brand is, and he's played true to his brand, and that will help him in the future.
He might be one of the least taking it personal players out of the American players, honestly, one of them. Because
where he'd be great?
Traders?
Australian Survivor.
Well, because those guys are always like, oh, you got me.
They would love him.
Devins would be like that. He has that sort of sensibility.
Yeah.
And that's really how they should probably act anyway, right? Lalo, get it out.
Well, let's give it up to Camus. When the golden power veto was used, he didn't get mad. He didn't scream and yell. And when he got voted out, he was chill about it. He wasn't, it was a game. He said nothing but nice things about Devins at the interview. And, I know we don't think he's a great guy in real life, but the point is,
I will give Camus
his gameplay
flowers.
And the way he conducted himself on the way out was better than a lot of other people.
I will give Camus his flowers. But between last year and this year, I think he's the best rookie I've seen play this game. He was super dangerous between his skills. And I really think a lot of people say it and it's a crutch and these people use it as an excuse. But I really think like it was a big compliment to his game that Devins did this and picked him because Devins realized he was the most dangerous person in the house.
100%.
And
he
was
most afraid of him.
Truly,
but can we say,
too.
don't send 2 coconuts to his Instagram when he did the if you're my future wife. Ooh. Oh wow,
Christy already sent him.
So cringe, and not only that, but there was so much Bible talk.
Yeah.
There was.
Yeah, but he knows who he's talking to. He's talking to Julie at that point.
Yeah, but like the second they hugged, Julie like pulled her little.
No, he's sucking up to Julie, just like Dee. It's exactly the same thing as Dee calling out Pro.
No, he did. He had those conversations all the time in the house. That's how Lala and Taylor got on board with the Camo train. Actually, that saved him in that position. But no, after they hugged, Julie pulled her little like crucifix necklace out and put it up in the front before she sat down,
But-
just so he knows.
Props to his game. If the stuff that's been revealed about him is true, I hope that maybe after being in there and coming out, he does some reflection on himself, and maybe it makes him a better person.
It's not too
If-
late, Camus.
You know,
Hopefully he
but
doesn't
played
say
a good
we're going
game.
to make you a mother whether you like it or not to
Yes.
anybody in the future.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yes.
Did he say
Probably
that? I
not
thought
great.
Yash said that.
No, he said that to Melody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it
And he
was.
said it
Probably
more
not
than
the
once.
best thing to say. That's why Melody was like, "Yep, I don't." She was like at first
That's pretty
all
gross.
about like, let's get
It
rid
is
of
pretty
him.
gross.
We're gonna get you impregnated whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
And
guys.
like
Don't do
honestly,
that.
if you're the kind of
Creepy.
person who makes like if Drew would have said it, they probably would have laughed because it would have sounded like shut up, right? He's just being stupid. When Camus said it, it's a little.
Well, okay, you know what?
Does he
Drew
really
says a
think
lot of.
that?
On that note, Drew does say a lot of eyebrow raising statements where I don't think the other men in the house would ever get the pass if they said it, which means he really shouldn't either. Let's be honest. He's really kind of been pissing the internets off this week too. So not that pissing the internet off is something
It's not hard
difficult to do,
It's not hard.
but yeah.
He says some really not great things about Taylor and Lala.
Yeah. He's a little.
Yeah, and if you're on a national TV show, that's probably not the smartest thing to be doing.
Okay,
He needs
One
some
question, though.
he needs to have a little like session afterwards to like maybe go, oh crap, I probably am being like I'm
I have
probably
some
putting
biases.
microaggressions that I didn't
Yes.
realize I was doing, or thoughts that maybe I didn't know I had. Maybe
is he? Who's he saying stuff about them to?
everybody.
Devon's,
Yeah, everybody.
the
That's
girls, like the
No,
little.
not one single person
I
specifically.
could see him saying it to the girls because he wants to keep them to him, and he doesn't want them to go there.
No, but like he said
But
it in front of
anyone else,
Barrett.
that would be. That's
Yeah,
kind of-
Barrett.
Like-
he
like-
does say it to
Like
Barrett
he
a lot.
said, he said Taylor reminds him of like basically every black woman that's won the game.
Yes,
He's like her game is like Danielle's, and then he's like, oh, her game is like Chelsea. Her game is like
No, I
Ashley.
heard that.
And it's like, dude, they don't.
And
They don't.
Her
have
game
the
is like
same women.
Xavier if he wasn't a man.
Right.
And it's like
yes.
like their games aren't in common.
Yeah,
What do
like,
they all
are you?
have in
Do you
common,
realize
Drew?
what you're implying here, you dingbat? Anyway, Drew's got some stuff.
That's
to
a
work
Fruit
out.
Loop dingus
He has a
move
hand.
for you.
It might not be
Yeah.
a
If I've ever heard one.
microaggression as much as it might be like his own insecurity around a strong black woman where he's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
they kind of
But
scare
with
me.
a dash of dumbassery.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
think Taylor's in a good
He can't
spot.
read her. And you know
I mean,
what? He
guys, if
can't
you ever
choose
have any
either, probably.
question, if there's ever any question, I remind you, just look at his hair. It tells you his maturity level. And
Well,
I mean,
Well, and he
That-
wanted to do a conga line in episode 1, so I'm
as
still
David
not
has
forgiving
made a very good point in every
I'm
episode, there
telling
was a
you,
conga
that
line
was a
thread.
shout out to Rob. I'm telling you, we're
with
gonna
with,
find out. That's what it
with
was.
Camus gone, Taylor is probably the best strategist in the house outside
Yes,
of the icons.
I think so. Mhm. Yeah, I think so.
I just don't
We'll see
know-
if CBS agrees with
It's
that.
going to be the fight over the people in the middle, right? And
I
I,
mean,
don't
to-
know.
I sent you all a message tonight. I think like this HOH tonight is huge. If Barrett,
agree.
Drew, or the
Yeah.
icons win the HOH, it's bad news for the other side.
Mhm.
Like it's real bad news for the other side.
I mean, not for
Sweeping
And-
Mallory or
begins, yeah.
Melody, but for Yash will go up for sure.
Yeah, she'll be up there. Haley,
And I guarantee you, Taylor will
maybe.
be up there and Haley will be up there because Taylor is perceived as a threat.
Mhm. Do you think that one of them comes down, the replacement would be Lala?
Well, depending on who it was.
Depending on if Drew pisses them
Well,
off again.
Depends on who
Because
the
You
HOH
know,
the
he's
smart-
always
okay.
pissing them off.
I'm
If-
sorry, who was HOH in this scenario?
with
Any
the
One of the
icons.
icons?
Any of
The
seven,
icons
the
are not going
Mosh
to waste
pit.
a
Anyone
vote.
from Mosh
They're,
pit.
the icons, if they're making the decision on one of them, is putting Lala up because she can't win. They're going to put up a threat and they're going to get a threat out.
It's very smart for the mosh pit to stay together one more and try and win it.
Yeah, they need one more. Work together one more time.
And then go to war.
Yep.
And then you take out somebody on that other side, which is still kind of fractured, but kind of right. Then once you get them down and you have 3 icons over here and 3 over there, then the 4 American people, they need to get together and realize, okay, now they have 4, and you hope those 3 and 3 don't team up against you.
Yeah, I like the way the mosh pit is aligned right now, and it's got. I mean, we're split. It's an equal split, which means it would make a really great like split apart at the right moment and go after each other.
It's actually not. It's actually not a split. It's a 4-3.
4-3.
Which
but having the icons
gives the
in there
handicap to them because the icons are smarter. The 3
4-3 though, but you said you think Drew's going to stay with the icons. That's when we started this conversation.
But I'm talking about like they were talking about if we look downwind, like if they get rid of Yash or Yash or Taylor should
if the mosh pit does stick together until it's just the mosh pit.
Unless you're Yash or Taylor.
And if you're Taylor, you should put up all 3 icons.
Yep. Because Yash
and your backdoor nom is Drew your backdoor nom is Barrett because he's attached to. The interesting thing is if you can eliminate the icons and Drew,
you get those people back.
Then Drew and Melody, you might be able to get them as a pair when you get them away from Devon's. Probably. My guy's not winning. Barrett is too attached to D, and when D goes out, he's done.
He's a competitive player playing the least strategic player. He brings nothing I can see. He's not good.
He's not
okay.
He's not showy, but he's playing.
He has a lot of second places. He's just not.
Right, no, I'm saying he's okay at the challenges, but he's not playing a strategic game.
No, I think he is completely under the spell of D.
Yeah, he lost his game mode.
I think he's in love.
Yeah, he's got the heart eyes and the little birds floating around. Every time she talks, it's like a cartoon. He's getting hit in the head with a hammer, and they get the birds.
Yes,
he clearly didn't watch her season of Survivor because that's just, dude, you're doing it. You're doing it. The same thing.
But she's so cute and she's so pretty, and she's she's that girl.
She must have a sparkle. That's all I can say.
Well, hey guys, I would like to switch gears real quick here while we still have a moment to do it. And we got first of all, we got to talk about Julie's outfit tonight, but please, anybody at CBS hearing this, can you please figure out what's going on in the hair department? I just can't. Not one more minute of it. I can't.
Tonight
she's an icon. She's an icon. Her hair always looks good, except for the one time where she had the weird bangs and the short hair. Suddenly, that was weird. I don't get it. Get it.
Uh-oh.
CBS came into the feed and cut you off, Jamie.
Yeah, we lost about half a sentence there, Jamie. Sorry.
Wow.
That's David. That's David for you.
I was looking at it tonight, Jamie, because I've been saying this for several weeks. I wonder if she hasn't gone like too many shades lighter than her normal hair color.
Yeah, it's kind of got like an auburn tint to it now.
It's too dull. I think she needs a richer, darker color. It looks better on her.
Something with a sheen, something that has a sheen to it.
That's what I think is.
It's like matte.
Yeah,
it's like matte flat. Like
it's not doing anything for her. It's not her right shade.
We need the glossy spray, please, not the matte or satin. Thank you. Yeah. Get that girl some gloss. Outfit though. Let's talk about her again. This is the summer of little casual sundresses.
Another picnic outfit, right? Her seersucker.
It's very
seersucker stripes.
It's like a nice clean linen. I don't hate it. I think the heels look great. I think it's a really cute outfit. I'm questioning the accessory choice with the weird tusk or claw thing.
It was such a long necklace. What was on the bottom?
It was like a claw or a tusk or something. I don't know.
Some sort of amulet. She was
like a saber tooth.
While I don't love the dress, I find the dress okay. And this is the best combination of shoe and dress she's had all year.
I agree.
It
Yeah.
did work. And I
Mhm.
didn't mind, again, she's with this like weird, like the hem goes up on one leg a little bit, right? This one was like it.
Yeah,
kind of by
whoever
aesthetic.
designer this year, that's their thing, right?
They really like that. They really are trying to make that a thing.
It's fetch.
She was fine.
Very fetch.
It's the CBS influence. Show a little bit more of your left leg, you liberal.
I guess that's what it is. But her heels
Oh
were
my
like 6-inch heels. Those
A
were.
plus, Brian. A plus.
Kamu was probably feeling intimidated by her.
Little
That's why
bit.
you
a
didn't. That's
little
why
bit.
you didn't arm wrestle her.
Yeah, that was really cute. I did love that
You
she
guys.
gave him a little ribbon on that one. Like,
That was so funny. And I'm just saying, like, oh my gosh, Miss Chen has some jokes.
she does.
Well,
That
I
might
give him credit for saying in his speech, guys, you say I'm this threat, but I've lost to two of the 50-year-olds. Come on, I'm
Yeah,
not that big a
Two different. That's pretty
Yeah.
great.
It's interesting, Brian. You were talking about how well he played, and I tend to agree with you. And he was one slip from winning that challenge,
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
and
sure.
he was one ball from winning the blockbuster tonight.
You got
so
it.
it was,
Yep.
He
you
was
know,
probably 2 balls away from winning.
no, there was
I-
one missing. There was one. Well, that's
I think
coconuts, Christy.
I mean, is it fair for him to be able to start with a 2-ball advantage against the ladies?
Come
You
on
know,
now.
is that fair?
I
It's
think
not
that
fair.
he was too dominant too soon in the game, and I'm not saying he should have thrown anything because you know I don't believe in doing that. But had it just played out that he'd just come in second a lot like Barrett and won one or two things, his threat profile might have been better, and he might have slipped by and made it real far into this game. Because of all the newbies, he was the most well-rounded player by far, and one of the most well-rounded players.
I feel like
I've seen.
his cauliflower ear though, like, was a constant reminder that this is an athlete. Like, I don't think he could get away from that, even if he's not talking about what he's doing in the ring very much. Like, he very much looks like an athlete. Like, he has his battle scars, you know. So it would be a tough sell to say, yeah, this guy is like, you know, I probably would think he was holding back throughout most of it. In fact, like when Lala went, it would have been hard for me to convince myself he wasn't holding back a little bit there, or just because he looks intimidating as someone in that house.
Well,
maybe.
I mean, he almost got out D. He steered Yosh to D. I mean, when Yosh made the noms, the target was Haley. For those who think Yosh is a strategic genius.
First of all, there's no reason you have to steer anybody the minute they make the noms until the vetoes. That big 3-day gap, you should stay quiet.
You just
Why? What do you care who the target is at that point?
But because here's what Kamu did, and he did well. He steered Yosh towards D. So that way, when Yosh, using the power of the HOH, started having discussions with Melody and Mallory, the target was switched to D when Yosh talked to them.
Sure.
And like
that turned out to
I agree with
backfire.
you.
Had they left the target on Haley, Devins may not have used his power.
True. He wouldn't have.
So my point is, don't always let your hand be seen.
Yeah.
Well,
because people can't plot against what you're doing if you don't tell them what you're doing.
And lesson number 2, kiddies, if you spend all your time in the HOH room, you can't come downstairs and say, man, I didn't have nothing to do with that. I don't know what happened. Like,
that is a very good point.
That's fair.
That's a good point. But you want to know what? You want to know what you can say? You can say that if you hang out with us here at Crazy Hanks or at Tally the Votes, that you know what's happening, because we're telling you everything that's happening as soon as we possibly can. But you can also listen to us wherever you find your favorite podcasts at the Jay and Jack Whole Enchilada feed. And a big shout out to those Patreons of Jay and Jack's who contribute at a certain level, and they are, say it with me, Eckhart Rickner, Joanne with the Plan, Maggie the Magnificent, and Ed the creepy headed mailman. There you go. If you would like to become a Patreon, then go to patreon.com/JayandJack. If YouTube is your jam, then just do us a solid and hit like and subscribe. It helps us do what we love, which is making content that
it
you
helps
love.
us feel loved. And come on, don't you want to help us feel loved?
Come on now, we're needy.
Especially
we need
David, you know?
So you can also find us on all the socials, like all the socials. I don't need to list them. Go look around. You're going to find us. We're there making comments and content when we can. We've been busy old people doing the things the young people do. Okay, guys, I need HOH predictions.
Do we even know what it is yet? It's
no clue.
No, but before you guess, just remember there's been 6 weeks and 6 different HOHs. Nobody is repeated.
Right. I mean, it could be a repeat.
And Yash can't compete, which is big for the mosh
D.
pit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So last week they did the elimination one. What are we due for?
Well, it wouldn't be a written one. It wouldn't be like a quiz or a written one because of the knockout.
No, I think we're going to have the roll the ball and get the points.
So a crapshoot
type of thing.
Ooh,
yeah.
Like a crapshoot
I don't think this is going to be a physical one.
Could it be the spinning one? Like where they spin?
They already did.
They've had the backyard closed.
Didn't they have to spin already?
No, they haven't done this.
They're physically spinning. Yeah. Like
maybe it's the box.
Thing.
We have not seen the blackout box yet. Yeah.
That one's, I love that one. That's a good one.
Or the one where they have to like keep the buzzer pushed down with their foot while they get undressed or do the thing or whatever.
Yeah, whoever gets best time. But isn't that usually a veto? I think that's usually a veto comp.
It might be. Yeah.
I'm going out on a limb here.
Okay.
I'm gonna say things are gonna get spicy this week. And I think Lala is gonna be our second winner. I think she's
when people feel there's a tradition that happens in Big Brother, and when you are the one that's blindsided and you're feeling a certain way, it gives you the thing you need to get that HOH.
Extra gas in the tank to.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If it's physical, maybe. Do you think you don't think it'll be the balance beam one?
I mean, it could be, but I feel like they've done a lot of physical challenges so far, and
yeah.
It could be the like, hey, here's these 2 rooms, or here are these sets of pictures. What are the differences?
Oh yeah,
could be that one, which I think Kelly won last year.
No, it's
the one where you
have
like
after jury.
Yeah,
it's like the first one the first person to like buzz in with the.
It's next week's got to be jury, right? Isn't it?
Should be. I think we're hitting it.
Yeah, because 6 are out. There's.
Well, I guess they don't say for sure, right?
Well, we'll figure it out. We can always post it over on the socials, you guys.
There you go. You can find
all right.
it.
Well, we're make predictions about Brian's made his prediction. Who's up?
Getting us back.
I'm gonna go with since you've got Lala, which I think is a pretty good guess. I'm gonna go with Barrett.
I'm gonna say
I think it's Barrett's turn.
I'm gonna say D.
All right. I'm gonna say my winner's pick Taylor makes her move this week.
Okay.
Maybe she will.
And I only say that because I would love to see the chaos she would.
I know that we're getting close to like half of the cast at this point, so it's not really saying anything by numbers, but I feel like we all 4 made really good picks.
I didn't. Mine's gone. Thank you. I didn't get to repick. Jason.
I still think you made a good winner.
But he was good TV, if nothing else.
You guys just didn't let me 3 picks, so now I have no one to root for.
I love Jason. I root for him every single day.
Hey,
of my life.
Jason, Rome, and Lyric are living their best life.
Okay. We'll let you repick, but you can't pick a female.
You can't pick a female? Why is that?
Because I'm just messing with her.
We have a comment.
Look at her face.
Asher says,
trying to figure out what it is.
Okay, children. Asher says, I feel like someone on the icon side is going to an HOH tonight because the other side doesn't have that many competitors left that I feel could actually win. I think that's probably true. But something tells me the gods of chaos have delivered so much this week that we're going to get more chaos tonight. So
it's really it's this season.
And Haley could win any physical competition. She can't win the game.
Oh, wouldn't that be a kick in the ass?
Oh,
yes, a double Angela. You got it. All right. Well, we'll see. They haven't even started yet, so we'll have to see.
Angela's got all the adrenaline. Maybe she wins.
She could. She's riding high now.
Oh my God.
It's Big freaking Brother, guys.
Feeds are still on.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah,
Alright.
no HOH then. It might be
Well,
a little
we'll
while. It's
see.
probably going to be a late night one. Ooh, fingers crossed for the pressure cooker. I'm just saying.
Oh, that
All
would
right,
be
guys.
fun.
Well, that's
I'd
pretty
love
much
to
a
see
wrap
some
on this
pressure cooker.
week's coverage. You can find us here next Thursday. And thanks to those who joined us in the chat. We appreciate you. I hope we see you again next Thursday. But until then, have a great week and good night, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Get out, Mom and Dad.